Well, what's up guys, this is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and I'm gonna just say something that you guys probably don't hear on YouTube at the end of November, 1st of December very often. Well, let's go check on the garden and see what we got growing. I thought it was funny. So about 3 weeks ago, you guys saw Houston and I come out here and build a low tunnel over our cool season crops. We've got beets, lettuce, bok choy, spinach, all kinds of cool season greens growing under a low tunnel. And in my opinion, ooh, the lighting's terrible, isn't it? Let's go right here. In my opinion, that low tunnel right there is the best way to allow people like you and I to grow crops through the wintertime. Now I know I've got a greenhouse out here, but even inside this greenhouse, things freeze out. It really does. It gets that cold in there. We dip down into the 20s a lot. And in the last 3 weeks since Houston and I have put this up, we've had several nights down in the low 20s, maybe probably not quite into the teens, but I figured I'd get out here and show you guys what everything looks like underneath this high tunnel after only 3 weeks. So if you missed the video of us building the low tunnel, I might have said high tunnel, building the low tunnel, go back and watch that. I'll leave a link to that video up here. What I've been doing during the day is just coming out here, pulling up the sides so it doesn't get too hot in there, because right now I'm sweating, guys. I don't know if you can see me or not, but I am sweating just a little bit because it is 70 degrees in southern Oklahoma today. So inside the high tunnel, we're looking at about 80, 85 degrees right now with the front doors open and the back wall raised up. So I'm gonna completely take this Agribond fabric off just to show you guys what it looks like under there. Now, one thing, when you build this perfect environment to grow your crops, the weeds come along with it too. Now, typically, growing in the wintertime is awesome because you don't have to fight the weeds. Then when you make a perfect little home with nice warm temperatures and high humidity, the weeds come along with it. So there's some weeds in there too. But let's get this thing taken off of there and see what it looks like. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the weeds first because there are weeds that grow in my garden, and that's just part of it. In the wintertime, it's awesome because they don't outgrow your crops. So check out the weeds first. Now that is a healthy crop of beet greens right there. I don't know how big the beets are necessarily yet. Let's see. Move those weeds out of the way. Beets are growing, but we're really growing these for the greens because we juice them so much. We love beet greens. Let's go down here. How about some bok choy? Anybody out there eat bok choy? I have to pick one of these leaves just to show you guys. We juice so much of this stuff. You can't buy this at the store. Now, they sell bok choy, but it does not look like this at the store. It does not. So when you buy bok choy at the store, you have to buy it in a big clump, the whole head, kind of like a bundle of celery or something. You don't buy individual leaves. You have to buy the whole head. Well, I don't harvest my bok choy that way. I kind of do like a cut and come again kind of method, so it'll continue growing new leaves out of the center. So instead of having those giant leaves, you know, we pick the outside leaves for our juice and then come back in here and pick the inside leaves as they grow if we're going to eat some, or just let those mature into bigger leaves. Next we got Swiss chard. Oh man, hang on. I gotta find some without some bug damage on it. This was Rainbow Lights Swiss chard. Things are kind of looking a little bit wilted right now because the heat got so high in here today. I had to come out here and open everything up. So it's looking a little bit wilted. In the morning, everything is perked way up. But look at the beautiful red stalks there. Lots of bok choy, lots of Swiss chard. Then we've got some kale down here. Look at this. Look at the size of these kale leaves. They're huge. Lettuce. That's more lettuce than my family can eat in a month. And that was about a 4-foot wide bed and about 6 foot long. That's it. We can't keep up with it, literally. Now there was one thing I wanted to try just to see if I could get them to grow through the wintertime before they froze out, to try and harvest a few more, because in the summertime we eat so much squash. Everybody loves yellow squash, right? Squash and zucchini and stuff. Well, I tried. I failed. I got so close to having edible squash. Look at that, so close. These things are about 2 inches long. Probably had 12 or 15 like that in here. And they got froze out, which I knew they would eventually get frozen. But I just, we were literally like 2 weeks away, maybe even just a week away from having edible squash. They just grow so slow in the wintertime. That's the thing. In the summertime, if we would have got them 2 inches long, we'd had edible squash in like a day or two. So there you go. There's proof that this low tunnel is well worth the effort. I mean, it'll blow your mind at how much of a difference something like this will make, even inside of a greenhouse or a high tunnel. This right here will produce greens for my family through most of the winter. In a 4-foot by 40-foot long bed, we'll have greens that we can juice all winter long. Now that's not all we have. So over here on the other, in that other bed there's some broccoli, which we'll just juice the leaves right now. Some spinach. I want to show you my spinach. So you guys, hey, all right. So if you're a subscriber to our channel, and I hope you are, if you're watching this, please hit that subscribe button. But if you've subscribed to my channel for very long, you know this year I've struggled with spinach. Spinach is usually like the easiest crop in the world for me to grow. And it was my nemesis all fall. Well, guess what? Check it out. The spinach took off. And this is unprotected. It's not under a low tunnel. This is just in my greenhouse. But the spinach that's over there really took off. The spinach in this bed, I mean, that's big. That's a success. Fresh spinach in the wintertime, totally different than fresh spinach in the spring, I promise you. So good. So as I've said, low tunnels are a super cost-effective way to provide protection, frost protection, wind protection for your crops through the late fall, winter, early spring. They can really extend your season. I know not everyone lives in a climate where you can do this all winter long, but I promise you, no matter where you live, if it gets cold, you can extend your growing season with these low tunnels. Now, if you want to get into the high tunnel thing or a greenhouse thing, that's even better. And you can do what I did and go through the NRCS. I'll leave a link to the NRCS website below. Guys, I have a whole list, a whole ton of videos on my channel about how we were able to build this high tunnel through a program through the NRCS. It was a cost share program. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This is about low tunnels and how you can cheaply, very cheaply, extend your growing season and have healthy greens for your family 2, 3, 4, 5 extra weeks into the winter and at the beginning of the spring. And I had to get outside and cool off just a little bit. It gets warm in that high tunnel, and this weather in Oklahoma is beautiful right now. I know a lot of you guys are covered in snow and 10, 12, 14 degrees, and I'm sorry about that. But in Oklahoma, it is gorgeous right now. So guys, look into the low tunnel thing. If you don't believe me, look it up. All the big market gardeners, guys like Curtis Stone, Elliot Coleman, all the big market gardeners have tons of low tunnels. They do those things because they work. So that's all I've got for today, guys. Hope that helps. Look into the low tunnels. I just wanted to give you guys an update on where our cool season crops were under the low tunnel, how they were doing. They're just blowing up, performing amazing. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day, and as always, we'll see you on the next video.